Before the break, we asked you if Matt Damon would make a good Captain Kirk. Well, I said yes, and our crack team of calculator jockeys have tabulated the results, and obviously I'm in the minority because 71% of you think that Matt Damon would not make a good Captain Kirk. People are very passionate, and let's go over to Kevin and get it started.
All right, thanks, Olivia. Yeah, you know, Star Trek has its legions of loyal fans, maybe more so than any other television show in history. And right now, the Trekkie world is spinning with the rumors of J.J. Abrams casting Matt Damon as the new Captain Kirk. Opinions are divided, but one thing is certain. You know, every good Kirk needs a good Spock. So here's a rundown of some potential choices. Now, it seems that Matt Damon really can't go anywhere without his friend Ben Affleck, so Ben Affleck as Spock. I don't know, that doesn't feel right. Maybe the producers will take it a different route. Maybe they'll sex it up, you know? Get the guys interested again. Jessica Alba, perhaps? Like in the ears. She works them. Okay, how about Dave Chappelle? Of course, he's getting back into action. He might want to try and throw on the ears as well. Anybody? No, he's a little crazy. It might work out. You never know. Now, of course, the Trekkies don't know how to handle all of this, right? Is Star Trek headed in the right direction? Fans are heated. So why don't we just get into it already? Get ready, folks. It's The Loop. Joining us via satellite to help us make sense of everything from Los Angeles, Rod Roddenberry, independent producer and the son of the late Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. From Vermont, executive producer of Star Trek New Voyages, James Cawley. And from Los Angeles, director of Free Enterprise, producer Robert Meyer Burnett. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loop.
Hey there.
Now, Robert, I want to start with you here because Yahoo is reporting that Matt Damon might be the next Captain Kirk. First of all, do you think there's a shred of truth to that, and does it make you crazy? Are you excited? How do you feel about this?
Well, I think there could be some truth to it, but it does make me insane. There's only one Captain Kirk. There only should ever be one, and that is William Shatner as Captain Kirk.
Now, people said that about Batman and Superman and 1,000 other characters. You don't think it's possible that someone else could fit his shoes?
Those were characters that began as on the comic pages or in the pages of a novel or a book or something like that. Shatner created Kirk. Shatner is Kirk. Kirk grew old and died on Star Trek as portrayed by Bill Shatner. Nobody should ever portray Kirk ever again.
Rod, what do you think? Can he wear Shatner's toupee?
I totally disagree. Well, I don't know if he can wear the toupee, but I totally disagree with that. Star Trek's all about moving to the future. It's fine to have new characters. It's fine to bring another Kirk back. Now, it might be a different one, but you got to bring Kirk back. You got to bring all the originals back. Let's move forward.
Yes, boldly go where no one has gone before, which means no one should ever play Shatner or ever should play Kirk again. Why go into the past?
James, what do you say? You seem to disagree. Are fans ready for a new Captain Kirk?
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you the fans are dying for a new Captain Kirk. You know, we've been doing Star Trek New Voyages on the internet for 3 years now, and we thought we'd be crucified for recasting Captain Kirk. And to date, on one episode, we've had over 30 million downloads. So, yes, I think the world is ready for a new Captain Kirk.
And just think about it. If Elvis can be Captain Kirk, we can get another Captain Kirk for sure.
No, I think you got to take a page from Gene Roddenberry himself. When he recreated Star Trek in the form of the Next Generation, he went 100 years in the future. He didn't look back.
Yeah, now it seems that prequels are all the rage, though. I mean, we were talking about Star Wars earlier, half jokingly. Do you worry that they might damage what has been created for Star Trek already for the fans?
I think a prequel's a mistake. A prequel is an absolute mistake.
We saw that with Enterprise.
I'll tell you what,
work.
guys, the trick is you really have to, like I said, just keep moving forward, but you got to do it right. You always know that. Star Trek is about something. It's not just about putting big names at the top and bringing a new Kirk in. It's about the writing, and as long as you got someone like J.J. Abrams writing it, I think we're going in the right direction, no matter who plays Kirk.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Was strongest when it was teaching us something and you know, getting that message across in an action-adventure format, and they've gotten away from that. Let's get back to that Roddenberry philosophy of teaching the world something.
Star Trek is about boldly going where we've never gone before. Kirk and Spock, we've been there. We've seen that. Let's move into the future. Let's go forth and see what's out there, as Kirk said at the end of Star Trek.
Robert, how do you feel about J.J. Abrams, though, being at the helm? Do you
I think he's
trust him?
terrific.
Do you think it's going to be a good direction?
No, I think he can do a great job. I think he should do what Roddenberry did with Next Generation and show us something new. Take us into the future. Give us new characters, new situations, new planets, new dimensions that we haven't seen before.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with you at all.
Rob.
However, if they're going to move forward with this, it's Star Trek's not just about science fiction. It's not just about moving into the future. It's about humanity. It's about our potential. This is why I've met thousands of people that have been inspired by Star Trek to see beyond their perceived limitations. So as long as the writing is done, I don't care who plays Kirk, and I don't care if it's a new character or not.
As long as they don't reboot the franchise, let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's get back to the basics and let's tell the story like.
No, I absolutely
Rod
agree. But that's why Next Generation succeeded. You created a whole new pantheon of characters.
But
You're
we're talking
100
about
years
a different
in the future.
time now, Rob. We've had all these years of these different sequels to Star Trek, and each one of them has consistently gotten away from what the original concept was all about.
Well, Rod,
which was the voyages
Star
of the
Trek,
Enterprise.
Boldly going where no one has gone before,
That's
not where
right.
Kirk and Spock have already been.
Now, Star Trek has obviously
true.
changed dramatically, actually, since your father's creation. Do you think it's damaging to the legacy? Are you worried about that at all?
You know, I tell you what, I didn't watch much of Deep Space Nine or Voyager, but I got to give it to the executive producers, Berman and Braga, for what they did do. I know they get a lot of criticisms, and a lot of people blame them for not doing Star Trek the way my father would have done
I
it.
do.
But you know what? My father's not here anymore, and I'm not running the show. They did it with their vision, and they still stayed true to the canon of Star Trek for the most part. They made it about something. They still dealt with social issues. Again, it wasn't what my father would have done. It's not what I would have done, and it's not what you would have done, but they did a great job. So, no, they didn't damage it. I think it's still moving forward, and it could be a lot worse for that matter.
But, Robert, you seem to think that they could damage what has been done by rehashing, by continuing on a storyline that we've already seen before.
Well, one of the great things about the character of Kirk is he was allowed, in that fictional context of Star Trek, to grow old and die. He taught us lessons about morality and mortality. And the thing is, to go back and do that again is sort of to do a disservice to the audience. There's new stories to tell about new people that carry on the Trek legacy, just where they've never gone before.
All right, James, final word for you, sir. Really quickly, do you think fans will embrace it because it's more Star Trek, because it's something new? Do you think they'll care if it's Matt Damon or whatever the storyline happens to be?
I think they're going to embrace it as long as it's Captain Kirk, and if JJ is really smart, he'll give Shatner one more go-round at this.
All right, gentlemen, it's very clear that even Star Trek fans can't agree. We're just going to have to wait and see what J.J. Abrams has planned for Star Trek. Of course, I want to thank you all, Rod, James, and Robert, for joining us and keeping us in the loop. Gentlemen, we appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for having us here, man.
Star Trek, it airs weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern right here on G4. We're saving you trouble. You don't even have to change channels. How about it? And Star Trek, The Next Generation airs weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, also on G4.